Alright guys, what's up? I'm gonna be doing my assault fittings and my scout fittings today. So there's quite a few of these, so I'm just gonna get right into it, I guess. First one I got here, oh well, let's talk about my naming convention first. Some of these I just made now, so they're just copies of other ones. But like assault rifle or assault just means I have assault rifle on it, like combat just means combat rifle. Yeah, you can pretty much figure it out from there. Yeah. First one I got here is Galent. I have all four of the assaults, so I pretty much put the racial weapons on the racial suits, which I think the bonus are good enough in most cases to warrant that. If you really want to, like, you can just use the Ishikon assault rail rifle on whatever suit, but I just like the Cavalry assault. And then some people say you can't actually feel the Galente assault bonus, but I don't know. I feel like you can kind of feel it in the hip fire, at least a little bit. So anyways, so what I got here, 2 complex light damage mods. It gives me a nice buff to my assault rifle. Now you can run whatever assault rifle you want here. I just got the Pre-Drawn Breach on at the moment. I had another fit a minute ago that just was an exact copy of this, but it had a Balix assault rifle on it. So I just, you just run whatever you want. The Duval is okay, but I think the Breach, I think all the other 3 are probably better than Duval. Although I do like the feel of the Duval a lot, but the Breach is probably better anyways. Anyway, so I got a Myofib, and that goes a long way. If you do want to humiliate someone, that's a little easier to do because you have higher melee damage. Mostly it's for the jump height though. You can really jump over the rails, and you can even get a decent jump when you're out of stamina with this Myofib on here. It's just useful. And I got Toxin SMG. It's just a nice little armor weapon that doesn't take much CPU or PG. If my clip runs out of my main, I can switch this and still pretty solid. Or if they're like really low on armor, once I back around the corner and back out, I'll just use this instead. Conserve ammo on my primary weapon, etc., etc. I have Core Locus grenades on most of these fits. I'm kind of a scrub, so I use this Core Locus grenade crutch. A lot of people don't cook Core Locus grenades when they use them. Like, they'll just throw them. Like, they'll see like 2 enemies and they'll just throw it at them. Like, that's not really the way. If you're in like some sort of stalemate and there's just like a whole shit ton of enemies in one spot and you just want to lob like 2 grenades at them or something, you can do that, I guess. But I would recommend cooking, and not a lot of people know that you can just pocket the grenade after you start cooking it. Like, if you just press the switch weapon button again, it'll just put the grenade away and it won't blow up, unless it's just like a split second away from blowing up and the switch out time is not fast enough. But then it won't blow up in your hand unless that happens. In most of these fits, I also have Visium gauge drop uplinks. PC, they're vital, and pubs, they're pretty much vital anymore because scrubs don't know, or scrubs refuse to use them because, like, it doesn't give themselves ammo, basically. Okay, so 3 enhanced armor plates gets me 707 armor. That's a nice solid number, and I like that number for reasons. 2 complex armor repairs gets me, 23.25 armor repairs per second. That's pretty solid. 4.38 movement speed. It's fairly slow, but you don't feel it all that much. This is mostly for close quarters maps because it's an assault rifle. So, you don't, it's kind of more confined spaces, so where the assault rifle kind of shines, even though it could be better, but it's best in close range. And then, you don't need to close a lot of distances because you're in close range. That took forever to explain. Next one, combat rifle, Mimitar Assault, just 3 complex shield extenders and complex shield recharger. It gets me, 480 shield and 38 shield recharge per second. Boundless combat rifle, because I prefer that one over the 6-kin. Enhanced ion pistol, and you can be running whatever sidearms you want on all these fits. I've just been using the ion pistol lately. Core Locus grenades, gauge drop uplinks, 2 complex reactive plates, and enhanced barrow. The reactive plates get me a little bit of rep for not very much movement penalty, and it's still a decent amount of armor. I just really hate using enhanced reactive plates because it's just the same movement penalty as the proto, and just less reps and less armor. It's not really a big deal. It just bothers me for some reason. And then I got a shield regulator on here to mitigate those slightly. They're not bad delays, but compared to the other delays in this game, but like pretty much all the delays are pretty bad. So I like running a shield regulator on any shield suit. This my mate destroyer from my mate destroyer video gave me this fit and told me to use it, so I'll put it in this video at least. 2 enhanced shield extenders and a complex shield extender. Had to go down to enhance for fitting reasons, of course. Complex shield recharger. He prefers the 6-kin assault combat rifle, the full auto one. A lot of people do, but I just really don't. The clip runs out too fast, and it just feels too bouncy for me, and it doesn't have the scope. So Then he's got he says use a flaylock, but I don't have flaylock, so I decided to put this on. Yeah, he was using a core flaylock, but yeah, anyways. Breach submachine gun's very solid. Flaylock is solid for some people, but I just don't like it. Basic flux grenade, because that's always useful, and I guess he's not a core locus grenade scrub like me. He has Vrisium flux dropping uplinks. I mean, that's probably the one you should use, is the flux ones, because the spawn times are better, but I just really like having 3. Anyway, so but he set the flux ones, and then the Amar loyalty store flux ones are even better. Complex Kincat, complex Pharaoh scale plate, complex armor repair, and a complex shield regulator. It's pretty much all self-explanatory, especially with what I've told you guys earlier in the video. My jumpy mass driver fit, my ultimate faggotry fit. I was doing this on the Caldari assault before I had the Mimitar assault, but the Mimitar assault's better, so why not use it? 3 jump mods gives me max jump height on this suit. Plus I have, pretty good melee damage. What is it, like 563? So, 4 shot, even the heaviest suit in the game, 2 shot. Almost any non-sentinel that's, not really scrubby and super stacking HP. Yeah, and a complex shield extender just get a little more HP, just so you don't get inskilled. I got 335 shield and 292 armor. That's still over 600 HP, and that's pretty solid. Freedom mass driver, and a bolt pistol. The bolt pistol, basically instant lock on, even though I'm flying through the air, so that's, always good. Freedom mass driver, because I'm way above them and I can just shoot down on them like a scrub. Light Eye Pact, I could run cores, I could run fluxes, but I just feel like this is a really versatile suit. I can move around everywhere. I have the mass driver, which is not necessarily always the best weapon, but it's one of the most versatile. It's good for taking out equipment. It's good for shooting at groups. It's good for maybe taking out one guy, depending on what kind of suit he is. And then I got this for vehicles and the uplinks. Of course, I can just jump around high spots and lay uplinks. And Kincat and the Cardiac help me get around better. Pharaoh gives me a little bit more HP, and complex shield regulator, again, as regulators do. Now this is named Rail Cal, as in Caldari, because I had a Rail Mimitar right before this video, but I figured, I don't feel like having that anymore, so I'll just have this. These 2 fits are fairly similar, just a little bit different, a little bit. This has got 4 complex shield extenders and a complex shield recharger. That's me 634 shield HP, very solid. Although armor could get more than that with only 3 plates easily. So 2 complex shield regulators gets me very low delays, 2.05 seconds and 3.22 seconds. Basic Pharaoh scale plate, because that only takes 4 PG and 4 CPU, 1 PG, and that's all I had room for, PG wise and CPU wise, I guess. Visium gauge up on Blake, core electric grenade, and then a basic ion pistol and Ishiko assault rail rifle. This other one, I just have a breach scrambler pistol instead of the ion pistol, and then Ishiko assault rail again. This is 3 enhanced shields and a complex shield extender, 2 complex reactive plates. So which one of these actually gives me more HP? Oh yeah, so this second one gives me a little more HP, but less of it's in shield. So I have a little more armor, a little less shield, a little more armor repair, a little less shield delay, or a little more shield delay. So, depends which one you like. And you can, like, if I downgraded this sidearm and I took this complex shield extender to an enhanced, that I could replace this shield recharger with another shield extender. That'd be enhanced, but it would give me a little over 600 HP, 610 or so. Okay, I have 2 different scramble rifle fits, both on Amar Assault. This is the Cartham fit, the full auto version, 2 complex light damage. It's very similar to my Galente Assault fit with the assault rifle. Now you can just run the Galente Assault fit with the assault rifle I had before, just like this one, basically. The low slots are basically the different thing here. Yeah, so this is all pretty standard, as I've explained. In the low slots, I just have 3 complex Pharaoh scale plates, complex reactive plate, and a complex armor repair. Now that'll give me, again, 707 armor. I just love that number. And I still get 14.37 reps per second, which is, very solid. And my movement speed stays at still really high. It's still 4.7, which is only 0.05 lower than the Amar base movement speed. And this Visium one, this is basically the one I use for ambush. Again, high slots the same with a Visium scramble rifle. I went up to a breach submachine gun, core electric grenades, and I got Allotech nanohives. This is the only one of these fits beside the Swarm Launcher fits that has a nanohive instead of an uplink. And yeah, that's because it's just for camping and ambush, which you don't exactly need uplinks. And 4 enhanced armor plates, gets 878 armor, and complex armor repair gives me 11.37 armor. That's still pretty solid in the repair. The movement speed is 4.03, so it's a lot lower than the regular one, but this isn't exactly a mobility fit. This is a shove your rep tool up my ass and let me stand on these rep hives while I shoot people with this OP weapon kind of fit. 2 shotgun fits for you. 2 min assault shotgun. Now this is super scrubby, but everyone else is doing it, so the only way I could really combat it was by doing it as well, because, you know, CCP decided to make the min assault by far the most versatile suit in the game. Now, 3 shield extenders, 1 complex and 2 enhance. That's getting me 445 shield HP, and a complex shield recharge gets me pretty solid shield repair recharge rate. Creel drawn shotgun. Now, you know, of course, I could go with a lower level shotgun, but it's just less damage, and you know, some scenarios it'll help, some scenarios it won't help, of course. Then I could do the Duval Specialist, but it's 2 PG, and as you see, I'm exactly 85, so there's no, you know, real reason I should downgrade. I could like upgrade this Flex Grenade to an Enhance, but the basics just fine. Toxin SMG, Gauge drop uplink, and then yeah, 2 complex. I could take off one of those Kin Cats and put on like a regulator, and then I could have more fitting space, or that'd be a cardiac regulator I'm talking about now. But I lose out on almost a full meter per second sprint speed if I take off a second Kin Cat, and it'd be over a meter sprint speed if I took off the first Kin Cat. So I'm not trying to do that. And then HP, of course, and regular. Second fit, I just made this one. Now this one has over 5. This one has a lot more HP, but it's a little bit slower. Again, same everything down here. The high slots, I got 2 complex shields, 2 enhanced shields. I got 2 enhanced Pharaoh scale plates down here, a Kin Cat to stay still pretty fast, and then the shield regular. Now I haven't tried out this fit, but I'll try it out when I get a chance, and it should be, I imagine, pretty similar to the other one, just slower, more HP, basically. 2 Swarm Launcher fits. This one, okay, so generally when I use Swarm Launcher, I just run it on a commando, but there, of course, is merit to it on running it on assaults, because you get a grenade, and AV grenades are godly. You know, because tank's OP, and AV grenades are at least decent. I mean, they're pretty godly against like labs, but against, you know, immortal tanks, not so much. Because immortal. Anyways, 2 complex light damage mods. The third one's not quite necessary, and you can run crins if you want, so that your sidearm has a little more damage. So you know, if you get into an engagement. But this will get you the most swarm launcher damage, or I guess you could run 4 if you really wanted, or 3, but I just had 2. 2 shield extenders gets me a little more HP so I can survive, especially against some faggot ass ion cannon. That'll probably still 3-shot me. Anyways, wire comey swarm launcher, no surprise there. I just put a Black Eagle assault rifle on you. I don't actually like ever use these because I just feel like I'm gonna run out one day, even though I have 218 of them. But yeah, that's pretty much the best sidearm you can do because it's, you know, it's a light weapon in a sidearm slot. Light eye packed AV grenades. If you're gonna run AV grenades, run the packed ones. There's no real reason to use the other ones unless you're a complete scrub who can't, you know, throw a lock on, you know, grenade at a large vehicle. Anyways, and also sometimes if you know a tank's gonna roll by a certain area and you really want to, you know, probably destroy him, throw your 3 AV grenades right where his path's gonna go, and then, you know, then he won't have, if his hardeners aren't up, he won't have any time to activate it after taking damage, because they'll take all the damage at once and probably blow up because they do so much goddamn damage. Yeah, so like, you know, if you're on the bridge map or whatever, you see the tank coming towards the bridge, you know he's gonna go on the bridge, throw 3 light eyes onto the bridge, and he'll get screwed. Even if he survives with a little bit, you should be able to take him out with 1 swarm, because unless he's an uber stacked tank. Anyways, compact nano hive, because that's all you know, all you're gonna really need. Wow, my phone just keeps going off. I thought I turned this down a million times. Nah. Gotta plan some sort of trip here. Anyways, and the low slots has got 2 Pharaoh scales and 2 reactive plates, so for HP, so for when, you know, nerds decide to shoot you. And another swarm launcher fit, and this one's a little more mobile, of course, with the myofibs. It's for jumping around and, you know, getting on a little bit higher place to shoot at them, or to just jump around and possibly dodge their blaster or their missiles or their rail. Probably the blaster the most, because that's the one that's actually going to shoot you, not run away like a little bitch. But it's probably going to run away anyways, because most tankers are bitches anyways. Yeah, so this stuff's pretty much the same. I mean, the high slot's different, but 3 myofibs in the damage mod, and then everything else is actually the same. No, just kidding. Allotech Nanohive, just because I had a bunch of fitting space after I changed to myofibs. That's another thing about myofibs. They're very easy to fit. Like, let me look at this really quick. It takes, yeah, 3 less CPU than a shield extender, and 8 less PG than a shield extender, and I'm talking about complex there, of course. And they're just very, yeah, anyways, it's really ridiculous. And now my scout fits. I got 3 of them. This is the one I use all the time forever, and I never use the other 2 because I just made them like 5 minutes ago. This isn't exactly fast for a scout. This isn't super stealthy. It doesn't hack very fast. It is for combat. That's all it's for. 4 complex shield extenders, and of course that's taking up most of my fitting space right there. 44 PG on my 87 PG. That's over half my PG right there. And what do I got? Like 216 CPU. That's not quite half, but almost half. Anyway, so I got that, which gives me 453 shield, the highest you can get on a scout ever, which is pretty solid. And then with the armor I have, I get very, very close to 600. I get 595 HP total, which is really good for, you know, fast-moving E-Warfare-ish unit. You know, E-Warfare doesn't work very good at all right now, but it does it better than most suits. Advanced shotgun, because you don't need the proto, but I just run it on. I run the proto one on the assault because you get a fitting bonus on it anyways, and you know, why not? Toxin SMG, it's just pretty much my go-to most of the time. Flush grenade, as I've explained before. Balanced remote explosives. Now, you might be saying, Silver, you're such a scrub, why are you running balanced remote explosives instead of just like, you know, basic or enhanced? But, you know, you get 4 of them, and that's the only reason I run the balanced. I would just run the enhanced if I got 4 as well, or if I only got 3 on this one. But, yeah, and I can fit it, also, GG. My gauge uplinks as usual, enhanced ferro scale plate, just a little more HP, and the complex profile dampener. Now, you luck out very hard with the Galente and the Kalari Scouts in their bonuses. One complex profile dampener will get you past every active scanner in the game besides the focused active scanner. Even on the Galente Logi, the regular proto scanners that aren't, the ones that aren't focused, they have 28 decibels, 25% reduction puts it at 21, and this puts me at 20 decibels right here. So this is like this is as close to a perfect fit as I've ever made, I think. I can't take the flux grenade up to advance. I'll be 1 CPU over. There's nothing else I can really change on this fit. This is like what I regard as my perfect fit, because I don't think I've ever made a perfect assault. There's always something. I mean, I think I made it close enough, but maybe I can't even make a perfect assault fit the way I want to make. This is the closest I've ever made to something being perfect, I think. Perfect for me, anyways. This is very similar, but it's got quite a bit less HP. I take off the ferro scale plate to put on a Kincat. I'll try this fit out later, but I think I'm just not going to survive as well because I have, what, 18 less shield and something less armor, like 50 something less armor. It's not that much armor. It would seem like it's only like 60, 70 HP total. That's different, but it really does make a difference for me, I think. A lot of times I escape with just a little bit of HP. I just put the advanced flux grenades because I had 1 more extra PG. I had to put a basic shotgun though, and I had to take one of these shield extenders down to enhance so that I could fit this Kincats, because, you know, it takes 11 more PG than an enhanced ferro scale plate, because Kincats are ridiculous and take 14 PG. They take 11 PG at advance. Like, why is it so much? That's one of the most ridiculous. Like, a lot of the modules that, you know, they're not even as good as HP mods, which basically every mod isn't as good. But they take so much fitting, right? Like code breakers are very hard to fit. Kincats are very hard to fit, and I don't know why. You know, E-Warfare modules, they're really easy to fit. I don't know why. You know, mobility mods and, well, actually, I shouldn't say mobility mods. Just Kincats, really. The cardiacs are pretty easy to fit, and so are the myofibs. Myofibs are really easy to fit. Moving on to the final fit. Yes, this is pretty much the same as well, but I had to downgrade a little bit more stuff so I could fit this cardiac regular. This is pretty much as close to a proper run-in fit you can get on a Kalari Scout. Kalari Scout is not for running into the city in PC. Because the Galente Scout has 2 more low slots, Memtar Scout has higher base speed and 1 more low slot. The Mars Scout has much higher stamina and 2 more low slots. It's the worst scout for running in. But this is close you can get. You can get 9.02 meters per second and enough stamina to actually make it a city. Now I don't know if you'll make it a city on a 3-point in the city, but 2-point in the city you'll make it. Yeah, and again, basic shotgun, I had to run 2 enhanced shields, and that downgraded my shield HP by even a little bit more. So now I'm under 500. Nope, JK, not under 500. A little over 500, 505. But that's much lower than my 595 I have in my other fit. But anyways, that's all my fits. That's all my scout fits and my assault fits, which are pretty much the ones I use all the time. The other, you know, when I made the Logi and the Sentinel and the Commando videos, those I don't use all that much. The assault fits are pretty much my go-to most of the time, and then in PC I run the scout, but even in pubs I don't run them. Keep in mind, most of these, well, more fits are probably for pubs than PC. These 3 scouts are probably mostly for PC use. Swarm launcher, I don't even know where I'd use that, because if you're gonna run a swarm launcher, you need to be just camping up high on point in PC. The shotguns are definitely PC fits for me. Every once in a while I'll break it out in pub. Scramble rifle fits I never run in PC. These rail fits I will sometimes. The mass fit I will on a surface research lab. Destroyers fit, I'm gonna delete that. Scrub ass fit. No, I guess I do use quite a few of these in PCs. I pretty much use all my suits for both pubs and PCs because I'm kind of a scrub and I just run proto pause all the time. Now, yeah, that's pretty much all for this video, and it was a really long video, and this concludes my fittings for now. I'm not going to go through and make, you know, basic heavy frames or basic medium frames or light frames, because I don't know why I do that. Anyways, sometime, you know, it'd be pretty far in the future. If I ever respec, I'll do one of these again, probably. Well, maybe not one of these. I'll do the other skill one again if I do anything drastically different, which I probably won't. So this is pretty much all you're going to see for now. If you do want to know more fits, if you want me to make kind of a fit that's already partially pre-built, or for a very specific purpose or something, let me know. Like I said, you know, I don't have any speed hack fits on here because that's not what I do. I don't, you know, have any super speed fits. That's not what I do either. I don't have uber, you know, HP stack fits. I did in that Logi video, but that's not exactly what I'm about. So this is, you know, mix of mobility, HP, anyways, that's kind of what I'm about. So that's what my fits reflect, and that's gonna be all for this video, and I'll catch you guys later.